What's good, YouTube? My name is Mikey, and I'm going to be talking about how you can actually get 80 to 90% profit margins in organic dropshipping. So let's get straight into the video. So if you guys want to join the best organic dropshipping Discord, comment the word TPP and I'll add you inside my Discord. All right, so if you guys are actually running your products and you're sitting anywhere from let's say 60 to 90% profit margins right now, this is how you can actually push to actually hit 80 to 90%. So this is what I do personally, and every single time I run any of my products, I'm always hitting consistent 80 to 90% profit margins, or sometimes if I'm really lucky, probably 95%. All right, so you're probably asking, yo Mikey, how do you actually hit 80 to 90% profit margins? So I'm here to tell you it's not about having a cheaper supplier or switching products or anything. It's just having a bunch of upsells. All right, so when I mean upsells, I don't mean buy one get one free, or buy two get one free, and etc. I mean by doing upsells is stacking small little offers with your product that you're trying to sell. I mean by doing add-ons is you could do a tipping jar, do priority shipping, or 30-day warranty, 90-day warranty, package protection, and etc. All right, so this is what I mean by doing add-ons. You could do shipping protection, 30-day warranty, maybe a mystery box, a tipping jar, and so much other things you could do as add-ons. So it could boost your AOV when selling the product. All right, so basically you guys saw me stacking offers for my product, and let's say for example if the customer buys the product, and let's say if you're selling it for $25 and you added all of those things, then it ends up being a $50 order or whatever. But for mine, it was $39.99. So with all of those things, if they were supposed to buy it, I think it would probably be almost $50, $60, $70, something like that. And what I was saying before, once it turns into let's say example a $60 order or it's $70 order, that's where the margins come in, because you're basically upping the price. So example, like I said, if the product was actually $25 and it turns into a $50 order, then you just tripled or quadrupled what the fulfillment cost was. Let's say if you get a quote from your supplier and one of them is I don't know, for example probably 25, not 25, probably let's say $35 or something, you literally just boosted it up because you did all of those small little bundles or whatever, and it ended up being $50. So that's where the real margins come in. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about upsells. So if you're doing upsells, you're basically just adding it, and it just basically works for any product, and they're not physical items at all, and they have zero add-ons at all, or they don't cost anything from your suppliers. So let's say for example you do priority shipping, which is $5.99, 30-day warranty as $4.99, package protection $4.99, gift wrapping $4.99, VIP support $4.99, and extended returns up to 60 days. You could do it $3.99. So for these you could just tweak it and try it out and see which one works best. So all of these things that I said are equivalent to an upsell of 6 different items, and most of the time most customers will actually grab all of them, and that's how a 25 products can turn into a $50+ order. Most customers would actually not even trip about it and just order all of those things of your upsell that you have. But sometimes you have some customers who can just tick off those stuff that they don't want, but 80 to 85%, almost 90% of the time, customers just buy all of it. And another thing that really helps really well that a lot of people don't talk about in organic is if you find complementary physical products that actually helps the product that you're selling. Those are really good to add-ons for your products, and this really helps to raise your AOV. So let's say for example, if we just do the math of everything that I just said, so let's say the base product is 25. Let's say if you add all 6 upsells that I was talking about, that's probably $26.95, and then your average order value is probably $52. Your COGS, which stands for cost of goods, didn't move at all, and you're still doing you're still shipping the same exact product. You just basically added an extra $27 for pure profit, which is really good. All right, so now I'm going to be talking about how you can actually set this up. So first, what you want to do is find images for your upsell. You can just go to Google or Safari or whatever you use and look up let's say a priority shipping icon or PNG or anything. It doesn't have to be priority shipping. It could be free gift wrapping, VIP support, 90-day warranty, blah, blah, etc. Or if you guys can't do any of that, what you can do, you could just generate them with AI as well. Just ask ChatGPT, like, make me like a priority shipping like icon, and it doesn't have to be really like anything crazy. All it just has to do is just like, you have to add it for your product image. So for step 2, after you've done that, then just go on to Shopify and then create like, you know, each upsell as like, you know, their own product, and then name it and then upload it as an image. Just write one line of copy and then like, you know, set the price. So what I mean by that is, like, say you have like, you know, when you're on Shopify and you know, you go on products, then just create like, you know, for the product or whatever, and then do like, you know, shipping protection, priority shipping, VIP pass, blah, blah, etc. And just like, you know, basically you'll have a line of copy of different stuff for your upsell, if that makes sense. What you want to do for step 3 is install Kaching bundles from the Shopify app store. I'm gonna have Kaching bundles spelled right over here so you guys can find it. Now we're on step 4. So once you're inside Kaching bundles, what you want to do is create a bundle and then add all of like, you know, your upsell products that you have. So like, you know, priority shipping, VIP, this, that, blah, blah, all of these things that we've said. And then like, you know, the app should show you like, you know, how it works and stuff. And it will just show up as like, you know, clean little add-ons to your section. For step 5 is like, after you've done all of those things, just run your product in organic or whatever, and then just like, you know, let it run for like a week or so, and then just check like, you know, your AOV, how it's going. If it's gone up, then that means like, you know, you're good. If nothing has happened, then you could just like, you know, tweak it out a little bit, try some things, like maybe instead of priority shipping being like $7.99, like tweak it down to like $4.99 or something, and etc. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you a quick example for one of my products that I'm actually running, and I'm actually adding a bunch of upsells for it so you guys can see it. Alright guys, so after you've done it, it should be like something like this. As you can see, I have shipping protection over here, 30-day warranty, priority shipping, like, you know, lifetime warranty, a tipping jar, and etc. That's for like, you know, the product I'm running, and it should be like, you know, something nice and organized just like this. Alright, hopefully you guys liked the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what types of other videos I should post on this channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Push up your body, I'm swerving you. 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 Tryna catch you on my rocks. How the fuck you just gon' lie to my face? Girl, you're insane and it's all in your face. I know that we moving, just pick up the pace. Girl, I'm a soldier, I carry the hate. When I get that money, we all gon' be straight. I tell my little brother we gon' elevate, but he ain't gon' see it unless I demonstrate. Diamonds they hit and they kill like karate. Couldn't get what I want, I resorted to robbing. You snitched on your homie, that shit out of pocket. You gotta be punished, getting out of socket. I know I'm controlling, heaven sent. Girl,